could be the response, but the first ban phase going so quick for both these teams, clearly having a strong plan of what they want to do coming into game one.
Yep. Love it. Banning out the Silas 2 against Jojo, one of the biggest champions that he has used in that matchup. And we'll see for Evil Geniuses. Which bottom lane are they going to prioritize?
Oh, now that's a lock-in.
And this is one of the changes you get when you get Cowrie in instead of Danny. It is more kill-oriented, aggressive bottom lanes. With this change in AD carry, it is a new look for Evil Geniuses.
Absolutely. You know, Danny had been more about these scaling picks. Cowrie had been comfortable to go to the aggressive options. Nami going to be the obvious pairing here. We have to see what is their synergy like on that bot side.
Well, it's responded to with an instant Senna, Tahm, Kench. Both these teams know what they're going for in game one.
FBI and Huhi were some of the earliest adopters of this pairing. Used it so successfully throughout the history of this 100 Thieves team.
And now I'm really interested to see, you know, are they going to match mid lane picks here, or is there going to be some difference in the draft? You know, Jojo has the ability to counter pick mid right now, and then have fifth pick for jungler for top lane.
And I think they will have to take an aggressive look at that mid lane matchup because 100 Thieves are already showing, hey, we have the possibilities, even in the first 3 picks of this draft, to outscale you.
Exactly. Senna with the infinite range scaling, Azir becoming a late game monster, Evil Geniuses locking in the Trundle for themselves in the jungle position, a very powerful pick in the current state of the game. Wukong's going to get banned out, and I expect we're going to see jungle focus here in the second phase of the bans from EG. Mid-focus from 100 Thieves, and there it is, Talia banned away from Jojo.
So probably like a Poppy follow-up ban here from Evil Geniuses to keep on targeting that. But it's Closer!
It's Closer, man. You gotta respect it.
You never want to get kicked by Closer in playoffs, and they ban it away.
His Lee Sin games have been so good in playoffs. You think back to last year, though, it was all about the Viego for him. Has really kind of fallen out of meta quite a bit. Yeah, could just go for Poppy for that playmaking. Would help to shut down things like that Lucian over on the side, but of course, Inspired already has the Trundle, so he's going to be comfortable if the Poppy does get grabbed up. And now we have to see where they're going to go with their pick. Who is actually being saved for 5th pick? I'm assuming it's going to be Impact, and you just grab your mid lane right here.
Exactly. They've already seen the enemy mid laner. I would expect them to lock in their response now. Only Talia was banned in the second half in terms of the mid lane pool, so that means plenty of options still open. They'll think this one through for a while and settle on the Viktor.
Yeah, with the nerfs to Corki, Viktor slots in as the other scaling mid lane AP threat with the range of your laser to be able to farm fairly safely. And here is that no-brainer Poppy that we mentioned earlier for 100 Thieves. Since the Lee Sin was banned instead, that's going to be that one that slots in. Aatrox has been blind-picked all of playoffs.
Yep. Comfortable with that one. Evil Geniuses. Ornn has been a very powerful pick as well. It was one that TSM used to take EG to 5 games.
Absolutely, but with the Aatrox in, Ssumday's fine playing into this Ornn if that is going to be the lock here. And it will get locked in, so it is going to be Impact on the tank here, but he will be playing into the Aatrox, something that Ssumday will be very happy to have into that tank matchup.
So we should have a discrepancy in sides of the map that each of these teams are very powerful on early on in the game then. EG with the Lucian Nami on bottom side, trying to get as much damage and chunk out this Tahm Kench, see if he can whittle down on his resources. Meanwhile, top side, Ssumday Aatrox should have priority there for 100 Thieves.
And at the same time, both of these mid lanes are going to be pretty comfortable farming out early, neither of them having a bunch of CC or a ton of kill pressure by themselves.
And the way that Jojo has always played this matchup is really aggressively, always looking for constant trades with the Viktor. So I want to see how spicy he can actually make mid lane.
Absolutely. I just, for me, it's...
Let's go, Chicago! It's time for the semifinals!
I also just love that they started out even in the very first pick and ban. They're like, you know what? We respect playoffs Closer so much. We're banning Lee Sin instead of Poppy, the meta choice.
And I feel like that's been a theme we've seen throughout LCS playoffs. People are making their opponents respect their picks. The Bjergsen, Zillion, the Closer, Lee Sin, these types of picks you have got to watch out for.
These players know each other so well since they've battled each other so frequently. Again, this is a rematch of our spring finals. See who's going to get the better of them this time around.
Spring finals that were a 3-0, as has been every final that 100 Thieves participated in, for better or for worse. They love a 3-0 in their favor here, but they're going to have to earn it. All eyes, like you said a moment ago, Isaac, on this bottom lane. Lucian Nami versus Senna Kench. I'm expecting them to play it aggro. First strike on Cowrie's Lucian, and they're already trading here as Huhi and FBI were set up in the brush.
It's also interesting to note that the Cowrie and Vulcan are playing a much more defensive summoner setup here. This is not an ignite on the Nami.
No.
It is cleanse heal. They are really getting pushed back here early on. Nice trade though onto FBI, chunking him down heavily.
Exactly what they want to do. Win out on those early trades. Keep that pressure on. Hit level 2 first by any means necessary. But right now, it's 100 Thieves with control over the wave and 100 Thieves commanding the push.
And 100 Thieves are actually playing this really well, even though it looks like FBI is soaking a lot of damage here. What you kind of want to do in Tahm Kench Senna lane is make use of all the regeneration that you have. These constant heals being spammed out by the Senna. You can see FBI and Huhi, they take control of the wave really early. They get the harassment super early onto the Evil Genius's bottom lane. And again, since you are Senna and you're starting with the support item, you get the 2 health potions in inventory to only the 1 of the Lucian.
Exactly, and it looked like he was also even playing Biscuit, so really heavily prioritizing that sustain in this early lane phase. They know if the 100 Thieves bot lane can be ahead early, if they can play even stable in this lane, it's going to be really good things for them going forward.
And both of our junglers currently on the bottom side of the map. They'll both be entering into this bottom river around the same time. Closer just walking through mid now. He'll head back up across the map.
Yeah, and note that they've warded both entrances to mid lane here. Really, really important. They're protecting Jojo early on. We heard early in the video from multiple Evil Geniuses players, we live and die by Jojo.
Oh, but look at Closer wrapping around.
Okay, Jojo's gonna get shoved. Abbeddage jumps in. The flash already coming out from Jojo. He gets back to safety, but now Abbeddage may be in trouble. He's gonna get flashed on. The chomp, but no kill either way.
At the end of the day, it's 2 flashes out of EG for just the 1 from 100 Thieves. So 100 Thieves going to be happy about that gank.
And now they want to push out the mid lane. Jojo's got very little mana here, so going to be teleports from both mid laners, flashes from both mid laners. Closer now going to be the Viktor here, as this Poppy has flash cooldown still available. He can go for another repeat gank, flash on him, and look for the first blood.
We'll have to see what kind of a buy Jojo can get here, because his recall is later. He has more farm when he's going back to base, and Inspired now pressuring on this bot side, trying to escort FBI out of there.
FBI gets back. Huhi's gonna stand his ground underneath the tier 1 turret. They don't have the firepower to go for a dive this early, so EG backs away and crashes the wave.
Yeah, and they successfully deny more minions on the tower while also softening up the first turret plate for themselves. The Lucian Nami trying to push back here very, very heavy.
Oh, Root comes down. Abyssal Voyage goes in. Huhi having to jump back, but the bubble is out! 100 Thieves! They keep their support alive, but it's getting dicey. Cowrie, no mana, 200 HP, back in mid lane. Now we got a problem. Jojo will drop first blood of Abbeddage.
It was the flash from Closer. Closer's flash advantage in the mid-jungle fight there was the difference maker. He returns for the repeat gank, and he does not miss.
That second gank meaning so much more, and now no TP on Jojo. He's gonna miss at least a full wave here. That is rough. All of that will be denied. At least Inspired's gonna pick up some of this gold here, but Jojo will be pretty far down off this.
It is so impactful. Every single individual play just echoed by the crowd.
Oh, impact! He flashes away and avoids being solo killed, but Ssumday taken over in the 1v1.
Oh, that was getting dicey. Impact thought he could actually catch Ssumday with the Searing Charge and knock up there, just barely in tower range, but when you miss, it does not work out. And here it is again, Closer on the wraparound. Jojo, I think, is gonna get flashed over the wall and just stunned. He spots him over the wall. Brilliant gank there from Closer early on in game number 1.
Always repeat ganks on the flashless lanes. Really good coordination from the 100 Thieves mid lane jungle duo as well.
Abbeddage is off to the races on this Azir. This champion, so powerful with a good start. The scaling, the ability to make plays.
And now we're gonna have to see, can EG's bottom lane here bait something, right? You wanna play a little bit dumb, so you walk in and see if you can get Tahm Kench to W in, get a little bit aggressive, then Inspired could punish. If not, Inspired is just looking for the counter gank and help keep him safe.
Exactly, right here, you're trying to bait the W from Huhi. You want the Tahm Kench to think they've got an opening.
Cowrie dashes. Huhi's at about 40% though. Hard to feel confident going in with the health bar that low. Inspired still patiently waiting, finally deciding to start the recall.
That was the push and pull with, is he going to use the Tahm Kench W on this rooted Nami? You take the skill shot from FBI, from the Senna, so you self-root yourself. Inspired thought Huhi was going to follow it up, but he does not take the bait.
It's also worth noting how much vision Under Thieves have. It's just this line of vision in this bottom side river. They have 3 wards right there. They have a pink right here as well covering them. So a lot of coverage on that bottom side for FBI and Huhi. They know that this will be a focal point on the map and they need to keep their bot lane safe.
Cowrie doing a good job, proper target selection. Huhi's thrown up with the bubble, that means FBI is vulnerable. He's always going for the damage, exactly what we wanted to see out of this matchup.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit of why on live the electrocute Nami interaction was nerfed. Full advantage there from this Evil Genius's bottom lane. But the CS has bounced right back for Huhi on the Tahm Kench.
Yeah, he's farming it up very, very well. Jojo also here pretty close to even with Abbeddage despite the missed wave off of that early gank.
I mean, we've had the 1 kill here in mid lane in the first 7.5 minutes, and just off the back of that 1 kill, the other bonuses built through CS leads, through pushing advantages. It's over a 1,000 gold lead for 100 Thieves as a team.
Something to keep an eye on too for the next possible move is that whenever you have a spellbook top laner like Ornn, you have to watch for these windows where he's got his ignite, and you can look for level 6 combos. If Inspired goes there, you know, Trundle getting level 6, plus they've got the Ignite spellbook there for Ornn. That could be a surprise possible play with Rift Herald coming onto the top side of the map.
So how is this bottom lane gonna need to be ahead? How far ahead do they need to be with Lucian and Nami for this to feel good? Because right now, it's not looking like too huge of a lead. Tahm Kench is farming just fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're dead even right now. I think you're really happy if you're on the 100 Thieves side. I would say it's not a huge amount of pressure to get everything done right now. It's more about that 1 item spike, but they are looking top side with this spellbook Ignite.
Let's see if they can find an impact with the knockup. Inspired coming in, but the World Ender has been popped. There goes the pillar. Chase comes through. 1 more hit, and Impact got the kill. Closer shows up, but it's a little too little, a little too late. Or is it? Goes for the ulti, buying a little bit more time. Impact run away. Abbeddage is ready to shuffle them, and that should be another kill for the 100 Thieves mid laner.
It takes a while to take down Ornn, but they get it in the...
Oh my goodness! They had to give it away to Closer, and now the punish comes in. Cowrie's ready to pick it up. Cowrie's about to get another, and Cowrie gets himself a double!
EG strike back on the top side. Impact lived so long. They wanted Abbeddage to have that kill, and EG punished them big time on the rope.
They underestimated it. Warden's mail plus the shield. Too much defense from Impact. They actually just took too long. And Evil Geniuses now. Jojo under attack again at tower, but has flash as well as the rest of the team will take care of the objective. That was the surprise play I was looking for with the spellbook smite timing for Impact though, and EG pull off the play in time.
And you were asking Flowers, what kind of position does Lucian need to be in? How about 2 kills?
How about
and they
this one?
gave him the Herald. He can get solo gold on the Herald Crash here as well. That's going to accelerate him so quickly into this game.
What a massive turnaround for Evil Geniuses there. Let's take another look at how it started with this play from Impact.
Okay, so again, they're trying to coordinate. Level 6 Trundle with the spellbook Ignite here for Impact. He baits a trade with Ssumday. Ssumday close enough to the wall there on the spike to get the knockup, and then ultimate into pillar. Inspired or Impact, they're able to finish it off. And once Closer gets there, there's no more damage that he can actually finish up on Impact. It's about delaying him for Abbeddage to arrive.
Yeah.
But then they think he's got it in just a couple more autos here for the Azir, but Impact is able to sustain with the regeneration plus the Warden's Field Doran's combination.
Yeah, absolutely. And Abbeddage used all his soldiers there. So he actually used all 3 soldiers, then queued. And when Impact gets out of range of them, it's taking these little pitiful auto attacks, just barely able to do any damage to him. The EG bot lane on a very early roam up towards topside. They were looking for a Herald play. They punished big time.
And now Inspired looks to start up the Drake here for himself, but he knows he has control over the bottom lane. His duo down there can rotate up and help him out. Closer is nearby, but Evil Geniuses are staying on this. There is a control ward in the pit from 100 Thieves. They're aware of what's going on. Closer tried to make the ejection, but it doesn't work. Now he's ready to engage, but he takes a ton of damage. Inspired's in trouble, and he has to try to get away. They'll continue retreating. Impact's made his way down on the flank, but 100 Thieves push forward. EG retreats, nobody dies.
They commit both top laners here, and 100 Thieves will retain their 1,000 gold lead over Evil Geniuses, but the Evil Geniuses do pick up that dragon in time and escape without anyone dying.
And Closer, he had to go for the ejection there because his smite wasn't quite up when they were actually going. He couldn't go for a 50-50 play on that smite.
And it even got down to 96 health. I saw it. Almost there with the attempt of the shield auto, but not quite enough as Evil Geniuses are able to pull it off.
And now we've got the swap to the top side from the bottom lane of Evil Geniuses. Cowrie and Vulcan going to show up here. Inspired also coming around as Impact will use his ulti to clear the wave and stop the backs, desyncing the lane swap from the opposing side.
It's kind of the next evolution. We saw a lot of Jinx players doing that throughout this year, just using the Jinx ult constantly to actually delay recalls, ruin your opponent's tempo, and now Impact saying, hey, it's actually worth spending my ult as well. And if you look down towards bot lane, it's Huhi trying to run out as fast as possible, but that could be a play going Impact's way. 160 gold for an ultimate, not a bad trade.
Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal indeed. Evil Geniuses still have a bit of a gold gap to close versus the Thieves, but at one point it was 1.2, 1.3K, now shrank down to 800, not including the value of that first Drake, which was the Hex Tech, so that's 9 ability haste, 9 attack speed per champion. Very, very effective. We're starting to see first big items come online here. Mythic completed for Ssumday, along with the Imperial Mandate of Vulcan. Those are our first 2 mythic items. And Isaac, that leads into what you were talking about, saying, hey, it's all about that first big spike with Lucian and Nami. Well, there's the thing to enable the Lucian damage.
Absolutely. You get that early mandate, you get the Gale Force in first, plus he has lethality on top. That is going to be a very threatening one-item spike.
One of the things to look for with that Lucian, though, is how difficult it will be for the Lucian to play around this Poppy W frontline and the extra range from Azir and Senna. Both of these champions, the carries 400 Thieves will outrange him, so you have to be very quick and precise with your positioning here on the Lucian for those fights.
Absolutely, and it's also going to make the ultimate even that much more important. You've got to get a really high value culling. Oh, that's a very far back summit. They're going to have to try to get Shelly right up immediately if they want to be able to get plates.
Well, they're using the culling to try to create some space, push 100 Thieves back, but Shelly's a long, long way from home, and they got to try to get it. This is an escort quest, gentlemen, and Shelly has been yeeted right back from whence she came.
Red Rover, send Shelly right over. See if she can get there and try number 2. Are they just delaying the inevitable with that ultimate?
Here we go. They're trying to buy enough time to not get the plates. There's 5 seconds. They're going to get Shelly in there with 3 to spare.
That's huge. Getting that charge off just barely in time. Nice attempt from 100 Thieves. The Poppy ultimate just barely not buying enough time.
Never known Shelly to lose a race. She makes it happen. Plenty of time to spare.
Got her walking boots on.
You know it. Now, back up in the top side, it's Ssumday still commanding control over this 1v1 matchup. FTX total gold on the left side of your screen. Cowrie's still the big winner of the early game, thanks to the double kill up in the top lane that they were able to get in retaliation to the scrap that went down up there. But it's still a global 1,000 lead for 100 Thieves, and I feel like it's been this way for almost 8 minutes now.
Certainly has, and we'll see about so much focus and pressure being on the shoulders of this new EG Academy promotion here for Cowrie. You know, he's at the top of the gold ladder, as you saw on the FTX gold meter there. And again, a lot of this pressure is going to be on this power spike. Gale Force is done, as well as the mandate for Vulcan. There's tremendous burst damage and potential there.
Absolutely, and you talk about how your execution has to be perfect when you're playing up against Poppy, Azir, Senna, all these champions. One misstep, that gold lead can be for nothing.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see him be really clean in these next fights. I do expect EG to show up to the second dragon on spawn and look to scrap.
And that's exactly what I'm looking at. 45 seconds until that next Drake spawns. It is an Infernal, desirable for pretty much every champion in the game to just have that little bit of extra damage, be able to have that much stronger of a burst when you find somebody. So we'll see who can get there first. So many times these Drake fights come down to whoever is able to get there first, have the priority, have the setup to set the trap for your opponents.
All right, Dragon arriving, 20 seconds. Mid lane fight in 20 seconds leading up to Dragon is trying to build some advantage and cooldowns here, but you see everybody has flashes available, everybody saving everything for this one.
And it looks like EG are just going to pull second Herald, so it could be 100 Thieves trading Dragon on the bottom side. Yeah. Both teams have visions on opposite sides of the map. You look at all these wards up on the top side there for EG, and down on the bottom side, it's all blue wards.
And if you're 100 Thieves, This means that your opponents are not able to create a Drake stacking win condition early against you. You've got Senna, you've got Azir. You're feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, they want to open up the map by pushing down these towers a lot quicker here. So it is worth it for Evil Geniuses to make this choice. Teleport for 100 Thieves, though. They want to block both plays.
Okay, 100 Thieves, let's see if you can do it. Huhi's going to try to deal with the Herald here. The charge alone will not be able to eliminate the turret.
One of the big advantages of having the Senna Tahm Kench bottom lane is that you get that teleport on your Tahm Kench. So even though EG opt to take the Herald for the early tower pushing power, it's 100 Thieves that are getting the advantage.
100 Thieves will deny Evil Geniuses from getting a turret off of that at least immediately. Cowrie's still going to be up there. 100 Thieves are trying to push the mid lane tier 1 in retaliation. Impact does a good job buffering through that route from Senna to still be able to get himself some distance.
Look at Ssumday. He's trying to wrap around potentially here on Cowrie, who's out of mana and rightfully does back it up here. You would not be able to scrap with Ssumday at this point.
Alrighty, boys. Where is our next big fight going to be now that we've traded these objectives? Do you think both teams are still comfortable farming out for the next 4 minutes for that next Drake? Or is it time to look for some of these picks? Is it time to try to get a little bit more aggressive?
Yeah, I think they'll be able to overload on the top turret first to be able to just knock that thing over. It's almost about to die anyways, but there probably should not be a full-blown fight exploding on it. So it probably will be a little bit more calm unless we get one of these big surprise picks, you know, calling down the Ornn with the Ornn ultimate, Nami ultimate. Very, very long range on both of these. And if you can catch somebody lazy in a rotation, then maybe you get a little bit more excitement earlier.
It's also worth tracking the fact that it's actually Spellbook Exhaust now ready there for impact. That's a big game changer in these team fights. And Ssumday able to force it out immediately, so that's really good for 100 Thieves.
But it's a 2v2.
Could have just been a bait. Impact making him think he was ready to chase as Inspired shows up first. Abbeddage buys time, but not enough. Impact gets the kill on Ssumday, and Abbeddage is about to drop next. Jojo picks up the 5th kill of the game for the Evil Geniuses, and the fight rages in mid lane. Now Cowrie's gonna be shut down, and 100 Thieves get one back.
Oh, it's a side lane pick, but now Vulcan trying to keep Huhi around. He lands the bubble.
Oh, Huhi getting stuck, has to flash away from the gravity field. He'll survive. 2-for-1 trade across the board.
Yeah, overall, really good for EG. They're going to be able to get some more vision up on this top side, potentially push for that tier 1 top tower. But that being said, getting the shutdown on Cowrie there, really nice as well. And that was 100 Thieves winning out in that 2v2 skirmish.
I'm glad we got it because it was more exciting. It doesn't change the state of the game a whole lot here. It's a little bit of gold is traded back and a couple of summoner spells, though, with the teleports from both mid laners being expended to cover that one. And you saw Abbeddage, as soon as that arrival on the Azir immediately went down. Jojo does have his flash back and available, and he's trying to delay the take of this mid tower as long as possible, because once the mid tower falls, that's when the ward line here for 100 Thieves starts to move and encroach on your territory.
Absolutely, we can see it one more time here. The early exhaust, and then I really like the timing on the ultimate here from Impact. He pops the ulti late enough, knowing he's going to be able to actually hit both people. And Huhi here, just blocking the culling for the Azir to arrive. The ulti connects, though, on both 100 Thieves member. They go in with the flash, finish off Ssumday, and then Jojo arrives, and it's all about the chase down.
Yeah, and he's in range to be able to get his ult off, plus the laser Q combination. So full Viktor combination unloaded there, chasing down the enemy mid laner. It's all because Inspired was the first jungler, so you got the first numbers advantage there for EG in the play.
That's what I'm talking about. Being first to the scene matters so much in so many of these fights. You mentioned Jojo keeping that mid turret alive. It is hanging on by just a sliver now for Evil Geniuses.
And that's why we're highlighting the ward lines here. So that's what leads up to the people inside lanes getting picked off like that. And the remnants of the towers here holding strong.
All right, gentlemen, it's 1 minute until Drake number 3. There is no soul stacking win condition early on for either team. Each one has secured a single Drake so far. 100 Thieves looking to shove down mid. They only need 1 or 2 auto attacks on this turret to kill it. Anyway, there's 1, there's 2 turrets out of the way.
It's also worth checking in on FBI here. 93 souls on the Senna is requesting 20 minutes. That is a very quick pace. He's looking really, really good, stacking that up. It's going to be so much more AD as well as the range there on the Senna.
It is very noticeable as the teleport comes in to defend this top turret.
Okay, 100 Thieves. They can't quite knock down both remaining outer tier 1s.
But it is very noticeable when you see things like, you know, in the last 2 minutes, we had Impact just being in range of the Senna. For the Senna to be able to farm stacks off you of souls in downtime like that can really add up. So, especially if you are one of these frontline members, the Trundle, the Ornn, have to be cognizant of your positioning if you're just giving over some free trades like that.
All right, well, we've got about 3 seconds until that Drake spawns. Worth noting, Impact level 13. He has evolved his Mythic and completed his second item with the Frozen Heart. And now, he's going to lead the charge as Evil Geniuses look to make a play but weren't able to find anything. 100 Thieves disengaging from that one. Cost FBI his flash.
Exactly, they get that flash down, so now FBI could be in a little bit more trouble if they want to scrap for this. EG trying to play heavy for mid-prio here, and then use that to get into the river, but it's just Ssumday actually marking that wave, and everyone else from 100 Thieves on the side.
Okay, Impact disengaging again. Closer losing about 40% HP.
They've got the vision advantage for 100 Thieves, and again, the range advantage here. Senna getting a big chunk down. Kaori goes in, but has to dash immediately here and pop the culling.
All right, let's see how they jockey for position around this river here. It's 100 Thieves taking control over the immediate area around the Drake. Closer charges up the ulti. Not going to execute on that one. It means he gets a cooldown refund. Huhi continuing to walk away. He was the only one in danger. Can't be focusing the Kench. EG still trying to move up as Abeddage zones everybody away here with the soldiers.
Oh,
Ssumday was positioned on a flank, but Evil Geniuses managed to sniff that out. They'll make him retreat a little bit further back. Now EG still engaged in a bit of a 4v4. Ssumday trying to wrap back around, but inspired again will mark the Aatrox. 100 Thieves have the Drake down below half. They're going to keep the aggro here, but the DPS is slow. It resets very slightly. Abeddage eating a little bit of damage. Ornn goes off again, but then they disengage him. Impact can no longer front line. Ssumday maintaining aggro on the Drake, and Impact walks it right back in. But can he find his way back into the fight? Ssumday wants to get away, but Kaori finds him anyway. 100 Thieves go on the run, and EG get the Drake. Huhi's got to retreat with an abyssal dive over the wall as Huhi flashes out, and the soldiers try to defend the Emperor. FBI's under target next. He'll be killed. 3 down. EG find everybody!
Evil Geniuses won the frontline health bar war, and they win the entire fight! Dragon will get picked up there in the aftermath, and they take the 100 Thieves down!
The patience shown here by both these teams was absolutely incredible, but Closer is slowly getting poked down. The Ornn ulti comes back up again, and it's the instant engage.
And with the Ornn getting knocked out, the jungle's still here, so Inspired is still threatening this steal, and look at this Viktor ult. It's just damaging, chunking down all of 100 Thieves. So they win the frontline health bar with Closer low, and Ssumday getting Trundle ulted, and Kaori going in on him.
Kaori gets super aggressive there, dashing in, taking down Ssumday, and then the chase is just on, piling through here. The knock up there against the wall, perfect by Impact, knocking up multiple 100 Thieves members who are trying to retreat to the Azir tower, but it's too little, too late. EG looking great in this first game.
What big stuff from their Academy AD carry. Called up in unforeseen circumstances to the LCS semifinals, and he steps up in a huge way for the team. Massive stuff from the Lucian.
Look at those damage charts. It's the Lucian, it's the Viktor getting it done. Nami wave not gonna find FBI there. Vulcan just going fishing, not hitting anything. But Evil Geniuses now command a 2,000 gold lead. Evil Geniuses now have more Drakes, and Evil Geniuses are the ones in the driver's seat.
And this is how Evil Geniuses want the team fights to play out. They're the ones with the Trundle. They want to work through the front line first.
All right, calling goes down. FBI eating a whole lot of pain. Ssumday and Huhi thrown up into the air. Inspired leading the charge. Closer's gonna have to disengage now too. Everybody from 100 Thieves gets away, but EG handily win the fight.
And it could be a move towards Baron for vision control potentially here, because Impact, you know, has them there, and Vulcan knows they've been chunked out, so he can move up towards the top side, pops the sweeper, trying to clear out vision and maintain Baron control, and that's gonna start getting scary in these next couple minutes for 100 Thieves.
Yeah. All right. Even draws out Abeddage's teleport here. So you can tell for the next few minutes, 100 Thieves are going to have to continue seeding areas of this map. Now they have no teleport for their Azir, so it's only Ssumday that can deal with the side waves.
So you're saying they're going to have to continue conceding areas. They're going to have to continue conceding vision. What is the play here for 100 Thieves? It looks like the play is maybe rush Baron.
Yeah, I mean, the EG are split pushing right now. They're trying to get Jojo's teleport. The Viktor is using it.
Baron's down to 40%. 100 Thieves are going to get caught in a pincer attack. Impact coming around from the top side. They find a knockup. They find the CC. They find 100 Thieves. Evil geniuses. Tears them apart!
Vulcan hits the bubble!
Oh my god, that bubble EG collapsed from both sides. 100 Thieves have been kind of checkmated there because they were down teleports. EG says, we'll split you out. 100 Thieves make the call to draw them into a fight, but it's a fight they cannot win. EG going off, they will get the Baron, and they'll extend this gold lead to nearly 5,000.
Impact walked in from the other side, and they lost sight of Vulcan. Vulcan nails this bubble onto Abbeddage. The Azir gets annihilated instantly from the team fight.
I think Inspired was just goofing around there, seeing how long he can hit the Baron, waiting to buy more time for the buff.
Exactly. He's even just buying time so they have the Baron buff for as long as possible. They know this could be their window to actually explode the game open here. And here it is one more time. EG are pushing on both sides. 100 Thieves don't have TPs to match. They say, we're just going to go for it, but then it's the bubble from Vulcan.
Exactly. Impact walks in. They all turn their eyes towards the Ornn, but Abbedage's got Baron auto attacks on him, and this bubble from Nami, boom, hits him. The Azir gets knocked up. Impact chains it. He never gets to move again.
And on the side, it was Cowrie and Inspired chasing down FBI, who had been sectioned off from the team. This pincer attack from EG, so incredibly well done.
So both carries instantly dealt with from the side of EG.
We have always talked about evil geniuses and their ability to find the right angles and the right plays, and now they're doing it again. Huhi should die here. 5v4 on the map. Baron for 2 minutes on evil geniuses. They're going for the throat.
They're just pushing down. We see the Impact still in bot lane, but he has TP. He can TP on a minion. They could try to end right now if they want to.
Let's see it, evil geniuses. What's the call? The Baron up wave is reinforced now by the next one joining. Let's see, Cowrie steps forward, FBI, chunked out again. Fires off the ulti. They're not gonna find Cowrie, he lives.
Oh, from behind. That's going to be both summoner spells burned from him. And he might think twice about the aggressive play next time. Regardless, Evil Genius still got one inhibitor down. They'll have that pressure, and they can retreat over to the Dragon. Should be able to pick that up in time. This will put them to Dragon Soul Point.
And they're going to have so much gold to actually spend up here, but it is getting a little bit scary there. Someone's got to come in and take it up for Cowrie. Definitely don't want to be dying to the Dragon on the LCS stage.
The great thing about the Dragon damage is it's predictable.
Yeah, no burst,
No
Mr.
surprises.
When the blood is pumping, maybe you can't do that math.
Well, hey, we've got a 7,500 gold lead, an 11 kill lead, and like you just said, the soul point for EG. The entirety of Summoner's Rift is in the palm of their hands. All they have to do is close this one out.
And just think about what this means for the series overall and for the playoffs overall. So many people's predictions were predicated on this being so disruptive to Evil Geniuses, having to bring in a different AD carry and integrate them into this team and this operation that they've had successfully for all of the split. And it looks like in game number one, it has been a flawless integration.
Absolutely. You have to think this builds an incredible amount of confidence for EG and for Cowrie.
Definitely.
And you have to wonder, for game two, does this change the pick ban strategy for 100 Thieves? Are they now having to be concerned about Lucian Nami? Are they having to worry about these early game comps in a way that they normally wouldn't against EG?
Exactly. That's where it really comes in, I think, is this is such a deviation from the way that EG would otherwise play. All of a sudden, that curveball is looking like it's going to strike you out, as Evil Geniuses are looking for their second Tier 3 turret and second inhibitor of the game. The Baron buff has expired, so the waves will not be as durable as they previously were. They can't just hard force this.
One thing that's difficult for this EG comp is hitting tower, and we talked about kind of the range discrepancies here. So without the Baron buff, the push is kind of difficult unless they threaten that all-in dive. With the Nami and Ornn ultimates, those can take up a bunch of space.
Inspired's knocked away. Let's see if they can get anything else. No! Closer is instantly killed. Ssumday's on the front line, but he's all alone. Jojo's going on a rampage. Huhi stuck in the front against everybody. Cowrie zoned away by Abbeddage. 100 Thieves lose 2 men.
EG with the killer instinct again here, make the snap call to take the fight. They take down Closer, they take down Ssumday, and now Supers are in the base here, and they're chipping away at this tower. Every time rapid fire cannon's up, they're going forward, knocking it down lower and lower and lower, and now the second inhibitor will fall.
Yeah, there's no front line left for 100 Thieves, so EG go right into the base.
Evil Geniuses looking to end it right here. Huhi should be death number 1. There he goes. Thick skin. It ain't thick enough. First turret down. 1 remaining here at the Nexus. But we do have the revivals coming up here in a moment. Ssumday's just about to respawn, so EG are not going to risk it. They'll back away, reset, and then come back to finish the job.
And they've got a lot of gold to spend here, about 2,400 in pocket for Cowrie. Can go back and spend that up, 1,000 gold there on Jojo, 1,000 gold or so was on Inspired and Impact, who's already back in base. So they're really looking to just maximize power right now. You go back, you buy your potions, you get every little bit of value out of that gold you can. There's the IE complete now for Cowrie. That is a huge spike.
And remember, the gold lead is more than it looks because the Ornn items are online for everybody except Vulcan. Divine Sunder is improved, Leandry's improved, Gale Force improved. All of these things have that about extra 1,000 gold each worth of stats. So it really feels more about like a 15,000 gold lead when we consider Drake's and Ornn upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, you've even got the Medjais at 16 stacks here for Jojo on the Viktor as well. So they are going to come back to finish the job. Only 1 inhibitor left up, so easy choice for Evil Geniuses.
There's so much pressure now on Abeddage to be that damage dealer, but that's going to be really tough. The Anathema's chains are going to be strapped onto him. They know he is the big threat, so as long as he is marked.
There it goes. Impact's ready to fire off
TP.
the ulti. Culling's ready to go now. TP may just be able to approach from the flank, and here comes Ssumday. He'll be zoned out, but they shut down Cowrie. 100 Thieves find the pick they need to stop this push, but can they get anything else? EG retreats in time.
That's massive though, buying time. Every little bit of time you can buy for yourself here is huge. And now Cowrie is gonna be dead. He will be respawning before the dragon comes up, but it's only gonna be that 10-second window. So maybe 100 Thieves can get out on the map, push out these waves, try to establish some vision to potentially contest the soul.
Also, won't have any summoner spells on any of the EG carries
they're just going
here.
for Baron. They're just flipping it.
They're all burned. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves have all of their carry summoner spells available.
And I think if you're 100 Thieves, you gotta go for something crazy now. It's not the point in the game where you can sit back and take small leads. You gotta full send it, you gotta throw that Hail Mary, and that looks like what they're going for. EG, 4v5, trying to stop him. They know Huhi's back defending the base, so it will not work.
Ouch, sorry, didn't mean to. As soon as they arrive, have to pull off immediately because Dragon Soul is about to come up. Looks like Evil Geniuses, even with the cost of that rotation and the tempt onto Baron, that's enough of a window. That will be Soul claimed.
Absolutely, I mean, that's basically what 100 Thieves spent their tempo on, was that Baron attempt. Instead of pushing out the waves, getting vision around Dragon to try to contest the soul, they say, maybe we can sneak a Baron. But when you go over to that and you get stopped, it's a free soul now for EG, 8,000 gold. You add in the ornaments, you add in the value of that soul. They are monstrously ahead here.
It is a massive task ahead of 100 Thieves to try to survive this. It'll take nothing short of a miracle to weather the storm. They found Cowrie last time. He's back alive now. Broken stopwatch, so at least he won't have that to protect him. But with this Ocean Soul, anything that's not an insta-kill will be healed off very easily.
Here they come, pushing down mid lane first. That is where the first respawn inhibitor is. The easier target here will be undefended.
And now you think about playmakers from 100 Thieves' side. Can Closer find that key ejection? Can Abeddage find a massive ultimate? It's these types of plays that are the only things really now that can make the difference.
I wonder if they could just push in and retreat to Baron to draw 100 Thieves over to them and have an easier setup for their fight.
And it looks like that's the call. EG starting up the Baron here already. 100 Thieves walking up. Nami ulti already used. Closer channeling the ulti, trying to see if he can eject anybody. There he goes, gets rid of the AD carry.
Go now.
That means they're gonna go. Closer jumps in, but he almost immediately dies. Evil Geniuses now looking to fight back a little bit more. Inspired with a kill. They've already got one. EG looking to get more. Jojo here in the stasis. Huhi still looking for him. Inspired, hunting Abeddage as Cowrie jumps right back away from Ssumday, and Huhi will finally die now. Ssumday goes next, and that's it. The clean ace to win the game.
EG have done it. They go off in game number 1. Cowrie's Lucian, 9-2-7. How's that for your LCS debut?
He changes the game here. Evil Geniuses will take game number 1.
And they'll do it in style. 4-22 for the defending champ. Up 1-0.
Huge ramifications for the series overall here in game number 1.
It's going to be so interesting now going into game 2. 100 Thieves with side selection. What will the pivots be? Game 1 was going to be such a temperature test here for this series.
Yeah.
How is Cowrie performing? Does he look confident? Is he going to be able to stand up to 100 Thieves bot lane? What kind of picks is he going to bring out? These are all questions that we have now answered. Emphatically, he played amazing on this aggressive pick here. They're able to utilize it to really get ahead early, and it looked great.
And the biggest thing for me was not just the specific plays that he pulls off, but the confidence with which he does so. We are in a giant stadium here in Chicago, live LCS semifinals, and it is loud. He was so confident the whole time, playing aggressively on the edge there.
And the thing that I'm looking at for 100 Thieves, when we think of 100 Thieves in their biggest, baddest moments, we think of closer setting up plays and making those, and I felt like he couldn't get there with the Poppy. We never saw any of those huge moments, and I think we saw exactly why the Lee Sin was banned, even though it's lower on the tier list. They're dialed in to what they need to be banning, what they need to be focusing on, and now it'll be up to 100 Thieves to find the way to respond. But for now, let's head on over to the State Farm Analyst Desk.